are. Entry day 6. Pretty sure. So we slept over at the boss's house. Not her house. Slept over at the bar because of the terrorist things going on outside. It's pretty dangerous, so. Our boss is pretty cool though. She'll protect us if anything happens. So let's save. Day 6. Apparently it's called the break. I guess you're at work still, so it is technically still a break. So rise and shine! Good morning. Well, it's 11 AM though. That's morning for me on the weekends and any other day. How's everything outside? Still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take most of them out. How so? Zaibatsu's court president is pleading with anyone to stop the rogue White Knights. Neighboring city forces were deployed quickly and have subdued most of the opposition. They've also been reporting that White Knights just freezing, like they were petrified somehow. You make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. Sure, there's still some bad apples out, and it's not really safe yet, but it was worse last night. There also seems to be a civilian force lynching any White Knight they spot. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of like political powers at play fighting each other. So the White Knights are divided like as rogue, rebels, and not. It's just crazy. And then the public's involved, so they want to get rid of them. So not only are the White Knights a problem, regular folks are on edge too. I wonder if Say is okay. Should we be worried about Gil? That kid knows how to take care of himself. I'm sure that whatever it is that he's doing, he's safe. Dare I say even safer wherever he is than here. I sure hope so. So are we gonna work today? No, things are too nasty right now. Let's take the Sunday off. Right. Say, do you want me to help you get to your apartment? Actually, yeah. Please, boss. I appreciate that. Okay then, let me lock things up and we'll go. We'll grab something for lunch on the way. Sounds good? Ah! Here we are. Home sweet home. Thanks a lot. Hey boss, wanna hang out for a bit? Yeah, grab a beer, chill out for a bit. Mostly to thank you for helping me. Well, I don't have much to do anyways, so sure. Well, I did tell you should invite me to your apartment sometime, didn't I? Well, yeah, you did. That worries me a bit that beer always leads to something else. To more beer? I was gonna say to one of us going through the Spanish announcer's table. But I think we're safe here. Come on in then. Excuse me. Want one? Sorry, I don't smoke. But mind you, smoke if you want to. Thanks. Say, how's the chilly weather treating you? It gets cold from time to time, but nothing the kotatsu and the heater can't fix. Oh, right, boss. You're not very good with cold, are you? You know it! So you didn't bring your jacket here either? Yeah, I left it at home when we were going to the bar yesterday. It wasn't that cold and I didn't expect to spend the night at the bar. So would you like a sweater or something? Oh, don't mind me. I insist. I have this hoodie from some time ago and it's too big for me. Then why buy it? It was dirt cheap. Right. So, where did you get this one? Did I know some flea market years ago? Why? Nothing, it's just like one I had many years ago. What happened to it? Too much use, it just ripped. I see. You can keep it if you want. I never use it anyways. We'll see. Come to think about, how old are you, boss? I'm eternally 17. Fair enough. 17 plus how much? 17 plus, I'd have to cut your tongue if you knew. Alright. Let me go change into something more comfortable. Take your time. It's Spore, the cat. Say, Jill, there's a blue-eyed mass of black fur glaring in my general direction. Oh, that's just Spore. He's just wary of new visitors. Cats will be cats, I guess. He'll warm up quickly, though. Just give him time. He's unusual looking. Blue eyes on a black cat. They usually have green. Yeah, weird, huh? At first I thought they were like that because he was small, but they never changed. Do you have any pets, boss? Well, back at home we had a bear. What? Good old Bosco. He kept intruders away, nothing than any dog. Right. This picture here isn't something you see every day. What? Me taking such a sappy pic? No, a framed picture on printed paper. It's so vintage. Who are these? That's, the one on the right is Lenore, my ex-girlfriend. The one on the left is Gabrielle, her sister. Huh, is this pic recent? Actually, that's from 3 to 4 years ago. Wow, you look exactly the same. I'm only 27. What do you expect? That's why they say kids are the ones that get old. I thought it was recent because you don't usually see people displaying pictures of their exes so openly, let alone a printed and framed one. Did you two break up on good terms then? You even hesitated a little bit calling her your ex. Let's just say that everything ended with both of us saying mean things. And me storming out of her house, breaking a couple things on the way out. We never broke up formally, and I guess I still have feelings for her. I just went away, haven't said a word since. Really? It's hard to picture you doing such a thing. You look so happy in the pic. Why have her pick out like this then? I just couldn't get my mind off something that Elma said to me about missing having the warmth of someone pressed against your side, using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs, putting your head in their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head, dozing off knowing they're there watching you, protecting you. I don't know, it feels nostalgic, then miserable. Yeah, I'll just put this away. Well, I've been meaning to apologize, but I feel like it's too late now. Whenever I go out, there's this fear in the back of my head that I'll meet her in the street. I just don't know if I could face her again, let alone talk to her. I'll be a mess. Well, it's never too late to apologize, Jill. Maybe. What's this on the table? Looks like an envelope. It's nothing. Yeah, please give it to me. Envelope. Alright. I saw nothing, don't worry. Anyways, let's grab some beers. Guide me. Damn, you have lots of beers. Oh, look at them. Beer so far, 0. Remaining beer, 100%, so... Well then, the BTC gives me discounts and a points card I can use every time I buy their alcohol. With that, beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. Is there a difference between the drinks at the bar and these? The drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, and also stronger than the ones they sell in stores. And besides, the one in the bar is much more of a double IPA. This one's more of a Pilsner. In English, please. This one's lighter in color and lighter in flavor. Don't know, it doesn't taste like a lighter to me. Is this one made with that, what's that liquid, the base you use with the bar again? Neutrogenic dichromatocollagenol, or NPL. It was a supplement or something, right? It was an experimental fluid they created to replace water when the maiden kiss polluted water supplies. The effects of pollution turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production. And the BTC always commissioned it for use in bars. And is this one made with it? Let's see, yep. Here it is, near the end, NDL and cornstarch. Cornstarch? It serves as a stabilizer. If I remember correctly, they need it for packaged drinks. I see, and I just realized something. What? You're a nerd, Jill. Guilty as charged. I still have a... I just realized we could drink. I still have that bottle of rum somewhere around here. Do you want some of it? Will you have some too? Not really, no. Then leave it like that. I'm not letting you drink beer alone. That's not how drinking with friends work. Do you consider me a friend, boss? Why wouldn't I? Dunno, what's with being my boss and all? I'm never too sure. Well, in case you have any doubts, yes, I consider you one of my best friends. Besides, you and Gil are always so diligent and responsible that I'm boss in name only anyways. Well, that's good to know. On a side note, it surprises me you kept that poster of me in the room. And even more than you hung it in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less a joke, right? Well, does it make you feel uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, then why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it, though. Aside from filling an empty spot on the wall, I don't really know. I thought it was funny, too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, I don't know, a dildo-shaped trophy or something, and you had it there as a conversation starter. Although no one comes here anyway, so it's pretty pointless. What? No steamy nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think. I'd rather not talk about it. What happened? Did someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. No, nothing of the sort. I had a different kind of mess. Uncomfortable mess. A not being able to have sex for reasons mess. Well, glad to know you have my back, though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you talk about a poster and compare it to having a dildo-shaped trophy. Did you just call me dildo face? That's what friends are for. Hey, boss, be honest with me here. About what? Who's Gil exactly? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Who the fuck is he? Oh yeah, that. Well, I have a couple ideas. I know for certain that Gil was in the Hong Kong riots. And he took part in the anti-riot force before defecting. That should give me a clue as to who he is, but... What? So far, I've only found about one such defector, and he didn't leave Hong Kong for at least 4 years. I also know for certain that Gil was in England and France during that time frame. And it's almost like when I think I have a clue as to who he is, something comes up that contradicts the evidence. That guy's troublesome. Yeah, a bit, huh? I wonder if Gil's alright. You worried about him? You make it sound like I'm some emotionless robot. Well, you can be hard to read. I wouldn't worry about Gil so much, though. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell pepper. He does? I've seen him even reject food that has been in contact with it. Man, what a baby, unless he's allergic or something. He's not. Man, what a baby. Where did you meet this guy? He showed up in the door of the bar. What? Well, it was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and levitation potion. Levitation potion? It was a slow day and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have any money. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave him the drinks for free. And after a couple, he broke down crying. What a baby. I don't know what he did, but he was really, really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or something. I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned, he looked totally different the next day. Damn. I tried and failed to find out anything about him, so I decided to take him at face value. I'll judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapades, he's been as loyal as gets. I returned the favor in kind, covering his ass from time to time, sometimes literally. Wow, boss, what surprises me is that you took him in so easily. Well, I can take care of myself and I always kept an eye on him. And besides, after the whole robber thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. Ah, I see. You made the bar more lively yourself, you know? How so, boss? Well, with the regulars you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. Alma? I was gonna say Armitage. Well, she is a nice girl, you know. I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl, says the girl who's eternally 17. In that case, she's really loyal. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love. Her face just brightens up. It makes me kind of jealous that she has that close relationship with them, to be honest. You have bad relations with your family? Not bad, but I'm not exactly close to anyone aside from my mom, dad, and aunts. But back to Alma, I'm really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. I mean, she's so bent into finding one, I can't help but want her to succeed. Ah, I see. And there's also that sex worker robot girl. Dorothy. She intrigues me though. I've seen a lot of sex workers over the years and she seems pretty giddy. It's not that she likes her job, but rather that she takes it with such childless excitement. I've kind of noticed that too, but then again, Lilim can be weird. You think? Lilim operate in some really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up in collective source. If they lose an arm, they can just reattach it, or replace it. Depending on the circumstance, they might not even feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't obtained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they are different. Like a different culture, if you must. They didn't really see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC-72. It's a social interactions model or something. Lilim gets positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose, so... I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Interesting. The name Lilim is a bit weird though. Is it? You'd expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilim doesn't convey the image of automations. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Bot is akin to calling them retarded and doll is like calling them fake. Ah, thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilim? As far as I know, it's because all of them come from the bigger AI called Lilith. And Lilim are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Ah, interesting. Speaking of names, why don't you like being called your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julian, and you almost tore me a new one with your glare. See, like that. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. I just realized we forgot a drink. Okay, not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Okay, she's still drinking. Beer so far, 0. Cans left, 12. Remaining beer, 40. Oh, I was supposed to wait till it goes down. But my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. I need to start drinking my beer. But my little... okay. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything, from the dolls to the costumes to the lunchboxes. It didn't help that it was one of these shows that got strapped literally everywhere. I saw a couple episodes once, they're really nice. It was beyond nice. The show is about a model who can transform into an armor-clad magical knight! She fights demons born from green humanity. How she presented Jules hating her job because it invited enemies. And yet still found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julian was an adult that became younger when transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kids show, even by today's standards. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image, challenging as fuck. Whoa, you get excited there. And that is a problem. Back when I was obsessed with Jules, I sang the songs just like her. I could even recite full chapters. Something tells me you still can. You definitely still can, woman. Well, that's beside the point. It was nice while I was in elementary school, but when I went to middle school, and what a surprise, tweens are jackasses. They went out of their way to tease me for the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules. I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. Sounds rough. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age? I worried about jerkasses singing the theme tune of the show mocking me. Anyways, every time someone calls me Julian or Jules, I instinctively react negatively. Pablo would have been proud of me. I never talked about it because I find the whole thing too silly in retrospect. And yet, it affects you even today. There's nothing wrong with it though. It's actually kind of reasonable. I sure hope so. Come to think of it, what kind of kid were you? Were you like, boss? Ooh, that was a nice, like, crack of the can. When I was a toddler, I was the kind to always fight with kids bigger than me. Then puberty happened, and I became the Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. Around the time I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was and went on to become who I am today. And the less I talk about those years from 12 to 15, the better. Fair enough. So Jill, what kind of guy was your grandpa? Well, he was rough around the edges, the kind of guy that means well even if he says otherwise. Let's keep drinking. He seemed to have a soft spot for me though. One moment, he was congratulating my dad for berating him a little. And the next, he was playing with me. My dad worked a lot and my mom always traveling, so I spent most of my childhood with my grandpa. Can I ask you how he died? Well, out of old age. My dad says his last words were something like, "Fucking scientists created talking mannequins, but they still can't let you upload your brain." Why the question? I'm curious about you, really curious. I just realized that even though we see each other almost every day, I know so little about you. Oh. Let's take a sip. From what you tell me though, seems your grandpa personality has rubbed off you a bit. I've heard that one since I was a kid actually. You know boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friends. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind, you're included in the circle, so any insults you hurl will apply right back at you. Anyways, I have this friend I've known for a long time, a red-headed, glasses-wearing gun nut called Iris. The one you called for the helmet thing? That one. She's managing a BTC bar in Panama right now, if I remember correctly. She's managing a bar too? I got the idea from her, actually. Ah, it's called Nirvana, and if you thought the city was dangerous, you should see the people she has to deal with there. By the way, that's the name of the sequel. Piracy ain't nothing to fuck with. And doesn't mean annex to another business. What else does she do there? I think the bar was originally her hotel's bar. She moved the bar to its own building somewhere and opened N1 RV and be in the hotel instead. Weird decision. I believe she said she wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel. So that bar is her woman cave. Huh, woman cave. That aside, let's see, friends. I guess there's also my little sister. That's a given. Oh, I keep drinking beer so fast. I guess there's, yeah. Given. Oh, there's also my old partner from when I was the Neo San Francisco police force. Good old Lexi, you should give her a call sometime. Wait, you're in the what? I've done a lot of things, Jill. Spent a short time collaborating with the police force. I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter, chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, corporate mascot. Corporate what? I still see my face on websites from time to time. Anyways, aside from you, Gil, my sis, Iris, and Lexi, I guess there's a lot of people that don't want to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. What about you? I guess I have acquaintances here and there. Back at home in college, I went out a lot, but it felt more like going out was the pleasure rather than people involved. Aside from you, Gil, my closest friend since moving here is Alma. Oh, and Dorothy. I mean, sure, there's always four, but that cat's a hermit and refuses to go out. And you know he's a cat. Hey, cats are fine too, you know. So, boss, what will you do when the bar closes? I don't know, maybe I'll take a friend's offer and start working with her. I was kind of hoping about going back home and helping with things here. Or maybe even traveling for a while. Oh, I see. Oh, don't worry. Bureaucracy's slow as fuck, and they won't close the bar for quite a while. Better enjoy being there while you can. Yeah, maybe. So will you be visiting me in whatever bar I end up working in? I have a bone to pick with the guy that supervises the bar I'm planning to get you transferred to. I go there even though I have virtually no reason to. With you there, I'd have something pleasant to look forward to. You're sending me to someone you have problems with? If I don't trust another bar owner, it's certainly him. If I have to trust another bar owner, it's certainly him. He's actually a pleasant boss from what I've seen. The fact that he and I have tendencies to go at each other's throat is just an unrelated matter. I'll trust you on that one then. Don't worry. Maybe I can get you a bracelet made of wood pieces from the bar's counter or something. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, I'll tell you what. When the bar closes, let's both go on vacation. Go on a trip. That'll clear your mind a bit. Yeah, maybe. Aw, they're friends. What's happening in the sky? Are they just looking at it? Oh, it's chapter 2. Amarga. Guys, we reached chapter 2. So chapter 1. Wow. So chapter 1 was all about meeting everyone, and that was a long chapter. Damn. So our electricity bill will be sent out on 24th. Make sure you have the 8,000. 8,000 needed? Jill is curious about a diorama she saw. Getting one will prevent her from becoming too distracted. Have a nice day. Alright. Well then, I did not even realize we'd be at the end so quickly. But here we are. At the end of day 6. I think. I feel like it is day 6. But until then, guys, I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna take a good old nap. Gonna plan Chris's birthday. Super exciting, super hype. Oh, he's gonna love it. It's good seeing you guys. So grateful. So